Yes. Yes, I do. Good afternoon once again, everyone. Welcome to Mustang Field, where it's a beautiful day for softball as we wrap up our 15th anniversary season. Please welcome our guests from Dr. Phillips High School. They are the Panthers. And they'll be taking on your Wekiva High School Mustangs. Let's meet the teams. We'll begin with our guests from Dr. Phillips. And we will start with their leadoff hitter, who is a senior member of the class of 2022, and that is second baseman number 2, Riley Jackson. Second in the lineup for DP, and behind the plate at the bottom of each inning, number 15, Sophia Rando. Third in the lineup for the Panthers, and another senior member of the class of 2022 is first baseman, number 44, Kayla Wilder. A cleanup hitter for the Panthers, and in the pitcher's circle to start today's game, number 11, Alyssa Hans. Batting fifth is shortstop, number 12, Aaron Brown. Sixth in the lineup for DP, center fielder number 10, Gianna Smith. Batting seventh is third baseman, number 36, Emily Stetzer. Eighth in the lineup for DP, right fielder number 8, Savannah Rodriguez. And batting ninth for the Panthers is left fielder number 6, Kirsten Blanchard. And their reserve, number 5, Shakira Jolibois. The Panthers are managed by Coach Mike Gale. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Wekiva High School Mustangs. The leadoff hitter for Wekiva, and in the pitcher's circle to start today's game, number 1, Destiny Renante. Second in the lineup for the Mustangs, our senior third baseman, number 33, Amy Castillo. Batting third and behind the plate at the top of each inning, number 5, Emilia Delgado. The cleanup hitter is shortstop, number 23, Artrice Boyd. Fifth in the lineup for the Mustangs is center fielder, number 21, Lily Jones. In the sixth hole, first baseman number 3, Avery Schoen. Seventh in the lineup for the Mustangs is second baseman number 18, Karina Ramos. Batting eighth in the lineup for the Mustangs, designated hitter, number 24, Haley Eubanks. And in the 9 hole for the Mustangs is right fielder, number 12, our other senior, Maya Ingram. And flexing for Eubanks in left field, that would be number 8, Kellyanne Leroy. And the Mustang reserves, Thomas Moody, Davis McKinney, DeShong Eckert, Chavez, and Gonzalez. The Mustangs are managed by head coach Nyasia Griffin, with assistant coach Taylor McGowan. And And now we ask that you please stand as we honor America with a presentation of colors by the Wekiva High School Air Force Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. Today's detail is under the command of Cadet Colonel Curtis Garrett, carrying the U.S. flag. Carrying the Florida state flag is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Emily Esposito. And the Rifle Guards are Cadet Senior Airman Prince Rodriguez and Cadet Staff Sergeant Derek Skeet. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? And now, before we begin our game, please welcome to the pitcher's circle Wekiva's very own personal photographer, Mary Johnson, for today's ceremonial first pitch. Not bad. Not bad. Made it to the batter's box. As we enter the top of the first inning, the leadoff hitter for DP is second baseman number 2, Riley Jackson. And we want to welcome those of you who are joining us online on YouTube or the NFHS Network. Welcome to Mustang Field. My name is Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, as Jackson battles back from an 0-2 count to get to a full count here as we get things started on Senior Day. We just recognized Maya Ingram and Amy Castillo, our 2 senior members of the class of 2022. If you missed that, that is on a separate live stream. You can go back and watch that on demand anytime. I'm joined today by Keith Dickerson, at least for the moment, of Wekiva TV Broadcast Production, helping me with the video aspects of today's game. And it has been quite the season 15 as we kind of emerged from the pandemic and got back to a little bit of a sense of normalcy. But we took a lot of the broadcasting lessons that we learned in the pandemic and made them a permanent part of our program as Jackson picks up the double on the first at-bat. Next at the plate for the Panthers, catcher number 15, Sophia Rando.
Yeah, what a quick 2 years. It was like, oh, wow, this is our last sporting event that we're doing at home, if I'm not mistaken. So
correct. Well, there is technically the Spring Classic for the football program. That will officially be the last event. This is the last regular season event of season 15. Obviously, there is always a chance of a possible postseason game. Obviously, Wekiva Spring Sports would need to pull off some upsets in order to make that happen, but you never count anybody out. And DP is going to put up their first run as Wekiva tries to make the play at first and gives up the run at home in the process. Rando picks up the RBI single. She's safe at first, beating the throw. Next at the plate, first baseman number 24, Kayla Wilder. And she'll open up with a called strike. Of course, every year we get a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit better at this. Get a little bit better equipment as we're able to get small infusions of cash from various grants and from the royalties that we pick up from the YouTube ads and the NFHS network royalties. And so we make little incremental improvements each time.
yeah, your views and subscriptions definitely help, not to do the cliche YouTuber thing. So
Of course, yes, I know we hate to be that YouTube channel that begs you to subscribe, but for what it's worth, as we get caught stealing at second on the throw from Delgado up to Boyd. One away now for the Panthers. High ball.
Yeah, I've even got some very sophisticated camera cooling going on the camera there. If you can see that dinner plate hanging above it.
Yes, yes, the cameras that we are using are in direct sunlight, and we had a little bit of issue earlier when we had our senior night ceremony that the camera overheated and froze up and shut down as part of its self-protection mechanism. And so we now have a paper plate providing some shade.
It's always taught to be MacGyver when I worked in local TV, so make it work.
So a 3-0 count here for Hans with one away and a runner on first. That barely catches the bottom edge of the strike zone, and that'll be 3-1.
And that'll be another walk there, so we got first and second covered now by DP. And we've got number 12 coming up. I'll try to read her name behind her hair there. Apologies. Second, thought about, I think, going to third there for a second, but decided against it. And that is Aaron Brown at number 12 at bat. That is 2 balls, 1 strike. Kind of peering over Mr. Barchi's shoulder as he takes score here for you. And, oh, a fumble there. It's going to be a, man, costly mistake. Now we got full bases here. We're going to take a quick moment here to kind of reassess the situation, get everything back together. When they do return, we'll have Gianna Smith for DP up at bat, number 10 here. I want to let you guys know if you're planning to do any more Wekiva events. I know the year's about to wrap up. We've got a alumni concert coming up this Thursday where original staff members and even some students who were the original class are going to come back, and we got some fan favorite music like the Beatles and Fleetwood Mac and some other stuff that was handpicked by everybody. Love to have you there, Miss Barchi. Obvious relation to Mr. Barchi here. I'm sure he'll be involved as well. And then we've got prom Saturday night. Hey, my crew's here. Oh, I was going to try not to talk. I got 2 photo cameras there if you want to grab them. Bailey Thomas and Bianca and a homeless kid. Hi, how you doing? Passion fruit? Is that passion fruit from Starbucks? Ah, just as good. And that's going to be a free point for DP as they're going to keep the bases loaded. And Miss Wilder is going to come home for the score. That's going to be 2-0 DP. Another little hit. Oh, and another fumble. That's going to make it 3-0 DP here. Another costly error by the pitcher. And apologies there. We've got, what's that look like? Rodriguez?
Yeah, it's Rodriguez.
Number 8, Rodriguez for DP's up at bat now. As Mr. Barchi was saying earlier, if you guys haven't had a chance, we actually try to live stream as many Wekiva sports events as possible. My students love it, of course. They love spending school nights out here filming. But all jokes aside, we try to cover all of our Mustang athletes and everybody, whether it's at football, at Dr. Baptiste Stadium, here at baseball or softball fields, basketball, you name it. So thank you guys for tuning in this year and the last year with everything going on. We are still at the top of the first here, 3-0. And hey, it looks like we got a strikeout there. It's going to bring it up to 2 outs. And still 3 ladies on all bases here. And I'm reading some coach handwriting here. This looks like number 6, Miss Blanclove, Kirsten Blanclove, up at bat. Apologies if I'm saying it wrong. There's a strike there. I'll wait on the official count here. Mr. Barchi's doing a little Dr. Octopus with a few things right now. He's got his hands full. And with no animated response, I'm going to assume that was definitely a ball. And that's at least 2 balls and 1 strike. Could be off on the count there a little bit, Mark. So,
No worries. I had to step away to take a phone call, so apologies. Your little score bug has not been updating.
and that's going to be the end of the top of the first. If that's how you say it, I don't know. Wekiva prevented a lot more damage that could have been had there. They had full bases there, but kept it 3-0 for now at least.
That takes us to the middle of the first inning. 3 runs scored on 2 hits with 2 Mustang errors, leaving 3 on base. And the score stands 3-0 at the end of the first half inning. Back with more from Mustang Field in a moment. As we enter the bottom of the first inning, the leadoff hitter for the Mustangs, pitcher number 1, Destiny Renante. Renante opens up with a strong cut, but it is a strike. 0-1. Renante lets the low ball go for a 1-1 count. Another ball goes by. 2-1 now coming up for Renante on the opening at-bat for the Mustangs here on Senior Day 2022. Chopping at that one and sending it foul behind the plate. That'll bring up a 2-2 count for the Mustangs. Again, Wekiva had a little bit of a rough start, picking up 2 errors in the first half inning, and they had 3 runners on. Could have done a lot of damage and gotten into a deep hole early, but they managed to contain it to just 3 and left 3 runners on base for the Panthers. So Wekiva getting it together on the second out and taking it to 3. Now with their first opportunity on offense. Pitch away, swing and a miss, but it's a dropped third strike and an anemic throw, but it does get there. Alyssa Hans records the swinging strikeout. Play made at first on the uncaught third strike. 1 away for the Mustangs. Next at the plate for Wekiva, senior third baseman number 33, Amy Castillo. Beautiful day here at Mustang Field, if perhaps just a shade warmish, as Castillo chops that one out of play for strike 1. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Relatively calm winds and just a few clouds in the sky. Smacking it, that would go straight to the shortstop. Should be a 6-3 ground out, and it is. Play is made from Brown to Wilder for the 6-3 grounder, and that's 2 away for the Mustangs. Next at the plate for Wekiva, catcher number 5, Emilia Delgado. Take this opportunity to walk you through the Mustangs starting lineup. If you are just joining us, Renante, of course, the right fielder, was your first at-bat. Amy Castillo, the third baseman, was second up, and now you've got Emilia Delgado, the shortstop, coming up now. Next at the plate, when we get there, will be number 23, Martrice Boyd, the catcher, followed by Lily Jones, the left fielder. Then Avery Schoen, our first baseman. Karina Ramos, the second baseman. Haley Eubanks. And then finally, your DP, Maya Ingram, will wrap up the Mustangs. Leroy will be your fielder. But we won't see any more of them this half inning. That takes us to the end of the first inning. 3 up and 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left on base. The score remains 3-0 Panthers at the end of 1 inning. Back with more from Mustang Field in a moment. As we enter the top of the second inning, the Panthers will begin in the first position of their lineup with second baseman number 2, Riley Jackson. First pitch is away. It finds the outside low corner of the strike zone for the first strike looking. Chopping at that one. And that goes afoul of the third base line for an 0-2 count. Next at the plate for the Panthers, catcher number 15, Sophia Rando. And she'll start with a strike. Slapping that one, and it's through the legs of the Mustangs' third baseman, Castillo. Rando advances to first. Next at the plate for DP, first baseman number 44, Kayla Wilder. First pitch is in the dirt for ball one. Panthers lineup, if you missed it at the beginning of the game, of course we started this inning in the same place we ended the last inning, which was with Riley Jackson, the second baseman. And, of course, we have Sophia Rando, the catcher, up right now. Up next will be Kayla Wilder, the first baseman, as that one's fouled away down the first base line. Your cleanup hitter is Alyssa Hans, the pitcher. In the 5-hole, Aaron Brown, the shortstop. Then Gianna Smith, the center fielder, number 10. Emily Stetzer, the third baseman. And Savannah Rodriguez, the right fielder, wrap up the lineup along with Kirsten Blanchard, the left fielder. Wilder fouls it away for a 2-2 count. Pitch away, it's low in the dirt. And that'll bring up a full count. That one's popped up. It's going toward fair territory in right field, and it's caught. Play is made for the Mustangs in right field by Maya Ingram. One away for the Panthers. Next at the plate for DP, pitcher number 11, Alyssa Hans. And the very first pitch is picked in center field. Line out catch made at center field for the Mustangs by Lily Jones. And that will take us directly to the middle of the second inning. No runs scored on no hits with one Mustang error, leaving one on base. The score remains 3-0 at the end of an inning and a half And the Mustangs with some good defensive work to celebrate as we go in to the bottom of the second. Back with more in a moment from Mustang Field. As we enter the bottom of the second inning, the Mustangs will begin in the fourth position of their lineup with shortstop number 23, Basketball Boyd. And a good cut, but does not connect for strike one. During the starting lineups, I paused for a moment. I thought maybe I was misreading something, or perhaps we'd introduced some unknown sister that I wasn't aware of, because the starting lineup card that Coach Griffin handed me says in the fourth position, number 23, B. Boyd. And I thought, we don't have a B. Boyd on the team. At least I didn't think we did. We have a Martrice, but we do not have a B. Boyd. And so I paused for a moment. I stuttered as we were doing the starting lineups, thinking that maybe I missed a memo. And then I remembered that Martrice goes by basketball because she is a basketball player in addition to being a softball player. Pitch 3 away, swing and miss. 2-2 count. And Boyd is caught looking. Hans records the strikeout looking. One away for the Mustangs. Next at the plate for Wekiva, center fielder number 21, Lily Jones. Jones, of course, had the brilliant play to end the previous half inning, stepping forward into what was kind of halfway between a line out and a fly out. Good heads-up play that prevented the Panthers from getting any hits or putting any more on base. Beautiful cut. A little too low, though. That'll bring up a 1-1 count. And another low cut. Does not connect. 12 count coming up here for Jones. And a soft lob, should be a fly catch, and it is. Play is made at shortstop by Aaron Brown on the fly catch. 2 away for the Mustangs. Next at the plate for Wekiva, first baseman number 3, Avery Schoen. First pitch is high and wild, but nobody on base to take advantage. Second pitch low and inside, but just catches the strike zone. Third pitch away, and Schoen will chop at that one and send it into the backstop for a 1-2 count. Schoen again, battling. Can't let anything go through the strike zone without at least taking a swing at it. Schoen manages to thread one through fair territory down the third baseline. She's safe at first.
Hey guys, it's Bailey.
Hi Bailey, welcome to the broadcast.
Hey.
Next at the plate for the Mustangs, second baseman number 18, Karina Ramos. Ramos slaps at the first one, goes straight to shortstop, and it should be a 6-3 ground out, but it's not. Ramos beats the throw to first on the E6, and that will put runners at 1 and 2 for the Mustangs. Next at the plate for Wekiva, designated hitter number 24, Haley Eubanks. So it's hard to believe, Bailey, but this is the very last home game of season 15.
And the last game that I'll broadcast as a Wekiva student. It's crazy.
That's right. This is the end of the road for you. Well, the beginning of a different one, but
it's crazy. It was a fun 4 years where I lasted.
I'm fairly certain I did a senior night for you, did I not?
Yeah, you did multiple. You did athletic training and managing for basketball, and then there was one more, I can't think. Oh, a homecoming court.
Right.
Yep. So those 3 things you did for me.
You got a called strike here. That brings up a 1 and 2 count. Slapping at that one, it goes to third. Going to try to make the play at first. Frankly, the tag would have been easier, but they'll get it done the hard way as the play is made on the throw from Stetzer to Wilder for the 5-3 ground out, and that will take us to the end of the second inning with 2 left on base, and the Mustangs scoring no runs on 1 hit with 1 Panther error. 3-0 the score at the end of 2. Back with more from Mustang Field in a moment. Panthers open the third inning. In the fifth position of their lineup with shortstop number 12, Aaron Brown, who manages to drop a grounder into no man's land on the third base line, and she's safe at first on the single. Next at the plate for the Panthers, center fielder number 10, Gianna Smith. Strike looking will bring up a 1-2 count. And now a little breeze picking up here at Mustang Field. High ball for 2-2. And now a low inside ball will open up a full count. So Smith battling her way back. And a high ball will walk the batter. Smith walks to first. That puts runners at 1 and 2 for third baseman number 36, Emily Stetzer. First one's headed out of play into baseball land. And that'll put up strike one. Stetzer fouls one directly into her own grill. That'll be strike two. Renante records the strikeout, but the runner is safe at first on the uncaught third strike, and that will load up the bases for right fielder number 8, Savannah Rodriguez. And Renante loses the pitch early as it rolls into the ground, and it taps Rodriguez on the foot. Rodriguez walks to first. Next at the plate, the left fielder number 6, Kirsten Blanchard. Mustangs pick up the line out for out number 2, but it will score a run. Hang on a second. I'm going to check whether that run scored or not. Okay, so did the run score before the... Okay, so the run scores, but then third out. Okay, got it. The run does score from the final play, but the line out and the run down will put the third out on the board. And that takes us to the middle of the third inning. One run scored on no hits with no Mustang errors, leaving 2 on base, and the score now stands 4-0 at the end of 2.5 innings. Back with more from Mustang Field in a moment. The Mustangs begin the bottom of the third inning in the 9th position of their lineup with senior right fielder number 12, Maya Ingram. And she opens with an 0-2 count. Foul ball, third strike, and that will be a strikeout for Hans. Next at the plate for the Mustangs, pitcher number 1, Destiny Renante. Play is made at first. 2 away for the Mustangs. Next to the plate for Wekiva, senior third baseman number 33, Amy Castillo. And Castillo made some remarks during her senior day ceremony that I would certainly echo, that this is really a special team, both on and off the field. They are quite the family, and they are definitely a model for all of our teams here at Wekiva. 2 balls to open up Castillo's at-bat. And we apologize for the lack of audio for the last couple of innings. I had to step away to go pick up my little boy. Mrs. Barchi is at the auditorium helping with the Piedmont Lakes Middle School Chorus concert. Double play picked up by Karina Ramos. And that will take us straight to the middle of the second inning, or middle of the fifth inning. And ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the middle of the fifth inning, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for the fifth inning stretch. So stand up, stretch your legs, and join us for the last time of season 15 for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root, root, root for the Mustangs. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. As we enter the bottom of the fifth inning, the Mustangs begin in the first position of their lineup with pitcher number 1, Destiny Renante. And she starts with a foul ball strike. Second pitch away is low. And that puts up a 1-1 count. And we'll get a little tap there on the bunt. Play is made at first on the throw to Wilder. One away for the Mustangs. Next at the plate for Wekiva, senior third baseman number 33, Amy Castillo. First pitch away, that one finds contact, going into no man's land, and she's got the hit. Castillo picks up the single, lobbing it into right center field. She's safe at first. Next at the plate for Wekiva, catcher number 5, Emilia Delgado. Delgado swings and fouls away to the backstop for strike 1. Chops that one and finds the hole between third and short. She's going to pick up a couple of bases. And maybe an RBI. Yes, she does. Amy Castillo comes home on the RBI triple from Emilia Delgado. Boyd is safe at first. That puts runners at 1 and 3. Next at the plate for Wekiva, center fielder number 21, Lily Jones. So the Mustangs picking up some good fortune there in addition to some good skill. 2 hits in a row and then a miscue by Stetzer. And that puts the Mustang in scoring position. Swing and a miss, strike one. And a high wild pitch will score the run. Not sure why every time I push the run button it's adding 2 to Wekiva's total. We'll fix that. As much as we might like it to be true. That one goes straight to third, and the throw is a little off the mark. Wekiva scores again. Lily Jones brings home a runner for the Mustangs, closes the game to 1. And next at the plate is first baseman number 3, Avery Schoen. Pause for a timeout. First pitch low and in the dirt. Ball 1. Second pitch brings up a 2-0 count as the Panthers start to show some cracks in their defense. Schoen chops at the third pitch. It should be a fielder's choice, and it is. Play is made from Brown to Jackson on the 6-4 fielder's choice. 2 away for the Mustangs. Next at the plate for Wekiva, second baseman number 18, Karina Ramos. Picks up strike 1 looking. Chopping away at the second pitch will bring up an 0-2 count on the foul. Foul tip, third strike into the glove of the catcher will record the swinging strikeout. And that takes us to the end of the 5th inning. The Mustangs in that half inning putting up 2 runs on 2 hits with 1 Panther error, leaving 1 on base. And that makes it a 6-5 ball game at the end of 5 innings. All right, let's Let's see if we can fix that line score for you. As we enter the top of the 6th inning, the Panthers begin in the first position of their lineup with second baseman number 2, Riley Jackson. Oh. Okay. Jackson manages to catch a low liner down the center. Jackson is safe at first on the single line drive into center. Next at the plate for the Panthers, catcher number 15, Sophia Rando. Rando also singles. That will put runners at 1 and 2. Next at the plate for the Panthers, first baseman number 44, Kayla Wilder. Wilder picks up strike 1. And she gets hit on the knuckles. And no, they're going to say that it did not hit the batsman. Instead, it hit the bat. So that will go down as a strike 2, as a foul. That one's headed deep, and it is over the head of right field. That's going to score at least a couple. Wilder with a 2 RBI triple deep into right field. And we'll start the next at-bat with a ball.
We got a daycare out here too, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you and I both just had to go pick up our children. So that's why audio was in and out for a little while there, because we had to take a quick break while the game continued to go pick up our children and bring them back.
It waited for us, though. It's a pretty exciting score now.
And we'll get a 3-0 count here at the plate for Hans. Pitch number 4, a little low, but she'll chase it anyway. Fouls that one down the third base line to make it a full count. Uncaught third strike, and a muffed throw is going to give DP an opportunity to not only keep the run safe at first, but also score at the plate. Next to the plate for DP, shortstop number 12, Aaron Brown. And we'll get strike 1 called. Second pitch is in the dirt, and that brings up a 1-1 count. And Brown manages to thread the needle between the pitcher and second base. And an extra base on the throw. Brown picks up the single and is safe at second on the throw. Runners at 2 and 3 now for center fielder number 10, Gianna Smith. Smith chops low. Should be a 4-3 ground out, but it's dropped. And now we'll pause for a Mustang timeout as Wekiva, looking at the 5 runs that have happened this inning alone, nearly doubling the Panthers' score and still only 1 out on the board. Next at the plate for Dr. Phillips, third baseman, number 36, Emily Stetzer. First pitch is high and inside for ball 1. Swing and a miss. That'll bring up strike 1. Renante records the strikeout, looking 2 away for the Panthers. Next at the plate for Dr. Phillips, right fielder, number 8, Savannah Rodriguez. Rodriguez safe at first. Next at the plate, left fielder number 6, Kirsten Blanchard. Strike looking and a stolen base. Blanchard chops at that one. Should be a 5. Well, Mustangs clearly showing some signs of fatigue here late in the 6th inning. Next at the plate, DP returns to the top of the card with second baseman number 2, Riley Jackson. Second pitch away. This one is lobbed into left field and lands just in front of the Mustangs left fielder. That'll score one and pick up an extra base on the Mustangs' slow response. Next at the plate, catcher number 15, Sophia Rando. Ball one. Straight to the shortstop, and another error will keep the inning alive and put another run on the board. And that will go just foul. Now at the plate for the Panthers, first baseman number 44, Kayla Wilder. And that's a legit hit. Jackson comes home. Jackson and Rando score on the 2 RBI triple by Kayla Wilder. Now at the plate, pitcher number 11, Alyssa Harris. Fly catch is made at center field on the sacrifice fly to put 2 away for the Panthers. Meanwhile, Wilder comes home. Now at the plate, shortstop number 12, Aaron Brown. Play is made at first on the throw from Ramos to Schoen, and that will take us to the middle of the 6th inning. 11 runs scored on 3 hits with 3 Mustang errors, leaving none on base. The score now 17-5 at the end of 5.5 innings. Mustangs begin the bottom of the 6th inning in the 8th position of their lineup with DH number 24, Haley Eubanks. And she starts with a called strike. And now the Mustangs are in a precarious situation, having given up 11 runs in the last half inning. That means that Wekiva needs to make up at least 3 runs here in order to get to the 7th inning. And 2 in a row called, as Eubanks is caught standing like the house on the side of the road. Third pitch is nearly in the dirt. Hans records the strikeout, 1 away for the Mustangs. Next at the plate for Wekiva, right fielder number 12, Maya Ingram. Ingram on the bunt and beats the throw. Maya Ingram safe at first on the bunt. Foul out catch will retire Renante. 2 away for the Mustangs. Next to the plate for Wekiva, senior third baseman number 33, Amy Castillo. And a pass ball will pick up a free base. Chopping at that one. Is it going to drop fair? Yes. Mustangs pick up a hit. And DP gets it under control in time to avoid the run. But now 2 runners in scoring position at 2 and 3. 2 bases picked up by Castillo there next to the plate for Wekiva. Catcher number 5, Emilia Delgado. So again, 2 outs on the board, but 2 runners in scoring position. Wekiva will need to score 3 to keep the game alive as we get ball 1 across the plate. And we'll pause here for a timeout for the Panthers. Next pitch in the dirt for a 2-0 count. And the Panthers are 1 out away from ending this game. We'll see if they can close it here before the Mustangs can pick up 3 runs. Third pitch away, swing and a miss. 2-1 count. And we'll chop that one foul. That's going to go out of play behind the backstop. Count remains 2-2. Pitch away and a swing into the dirt. It's caught. Hans records a swinging strikeout, and that will take us to the end of the ball game. In total, 17 runs on 5 hits with 7 Mustang errors. Mustangs 5 runs on 7 hits with 4 DP errors, and the final score is 17-5 here on Senior Day. We'd like to thank everyone for coming out to support your Mustangs and Panther athletes. Make sure you check WekivaMustangs.com. We'll post the postseason schedule as soon as we have it available. This concludes season 15 of Mustang Athletics here at home. We'll have the Spring Classic, but this is it. This is our final regular season home game of any sport. So again, thank you for joining us today and all season long, supporting your Mustang athletes. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Wekiva Sports, and bookmark WekivaMustangs.com for all of your scores, schedules, and more. Special thanks to Mr. Dickerson and his entire team at Wekiva TV Broadcast Production. Those of you watching online can see their names scrolling across your screen right now. They have made a much more professional product for us over these last few years, and we appreciate their partnership bringing you Mustang Sports Online. Also, thanks to everyone who is part of Wekiva Athletics, including our AD, Mr. Bruce, and our assistant athletic directors, including our very own softball coach, Coach Griffin, as well as Coach Scudero, and our athletic training team under the direction of Brian Berg. My name is Mark Bargy, voice of the Mustangs and sports information director here at Wekiva, as well as executive producer of Wekiva Sports on YouTube and the NFHS Network. This has been a presentation of Wekiva High School Athletics in association with Orange Technical College, both a proud part of Orange County Public Schools. Thanks for tuning in this season. We will see you for the Spring Classic, and you can get our football schedule for next year coming up this weekend, and we hope to see you for season 16. Good night from Mustang Field.